Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel for another deep dive.
Oh, I love these.
Today we're going to be looking at a YouTube video.
Okay.
It's by Ohama,
Mm.
and the video is called How to Start a One-Person Business, Starting with W-2.
Interesting.
Yeah, and she has a really unique approach, so I'm excited to dig into this with you.
Yeah, me too.
One of the first things that she talks about is solving problems.
Okay.
And she believes that the best way to make money ethically is to actually be providing value by solving problems.
So you're not just trying to make a quick buck.
Right. It has to be something that people actually need help with.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And she goes on to talk about how, most of the problems that people have revolve around three core desires.
Okay, what are those?
Health, wealth, and relationships.
That's pretty broad.
It is. But when you think about it, most products and services really do.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, most things do fall into those categories.
They do, right? Like almost everything.
Hmm.
So if you can think of a problem that you've solved personally in one of those areas, you might have a good business idea right there.
So take something that you've struggled with in your own life and see if it's something that other people are also dealing with.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And Rory, she actually uses her own struggles as inspiration for her business.
Okay, how so?
Well, she talks about how she used to have problems with consistency,
Okay.
especially with her health and fitness.
Like sticking to a workout routine or...
Yeah, stuff like that. And at first she felt like she didn't have any credibility to advise other people because she hadn't really figured it out herself.
But then
she was able to overcome those obstacles, and that's what actually gave her the credibility to turn it into a business.
So she used her own journey as a way to help others who are going through the same thing.
Exactly. She basically turned her personal growth into a product roadmap.
I like that.
And it kind of leads into another point that she makes, which is to build a framework based on your own problem-solving experience.
What do you mean by that?
So document your journey, the steps you took, the challenges, the things you learned along the way.
Oh, so create a system out of your own experience.
Yeah, and then you can use that system to help other people.
That makes a lot of sense.
She gives a really good example of how she did this with her own ADHD-related procrastination.
Okay, I'm listening.
She was struggling with procrastination,
Mm-hmm.
and she just went all in on productivity resources. She read everything she could get her hands on.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she took what she learned and she developed her own system, which actually became her first product.
So it's like guiding your past self through the process.
Exactly.
Very interesting.
It reminds me of that quote by Reid Hoffman, the founder of LinkedIn. He said, "If you're not embarrassed by the first version of your product you've launched, too late."
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
So it's about taking action, getting started, even if it's not perfect.
Don't let perfection be the enemy of progress, right?
Right. And Rory, she recommends that beginners start with something called a minimum viable offer.
Okay, what's that?
It's like the simplest version of your product that you can launch quickly.
So you're not spending months trying to make it perfect.
Yeah, you just get it out there, get feedback, and then improve it based on that feedback.
That's a good approach.
But she also stresses the importance of having a USP,
A UST, what's that?
a unique selling proposition.
Okay.
Something that makes your product or service stand out from the competition.
Right. You need something that sets you apart.
Exactly. She uses her own Notion template as an example.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
So her template is ADHD friendly, meaning that it actually assumes that procrastination is part of the process.
So it's designed for people who struggle with those things.
Exactly. It sets it apart from other productivity templates that might assume a more linear approach.
I see. So it's about finding that specific angle that makes your offer unique.
Yeah. And she also says, don't compete on price.
Don't compete on price. Okay.
Instead, focus on offering superior value.
Value over price. Got it.
She even quotes Warren Buffett here.
Oh, really? What does he say?
He says, price is what you pay, value is what you get.
That's a good one.
It's so true.
Yeah, people are willing to pay for something if they know it's going to solve their problems.
Right, and she breaks down value into 4 key elements.
4 key elements. Okay.
Right.
What are they?
So first, there's the dream outcome that the customer wants to achieve.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then there's the likelihood of achieving that outcome through your product or service.
So how effective is your solution?
Exactly. Then there's the time delay involved in seeing results.
Okay.
And finally, there's the effort or sacrifice required from the customer.
So it's a combination of factors that all contribute to the overall value.
Yeah, it's a really practical way to think about it.
I like that.
Now, on the more technical side of things, she recommends platforms like Shopify for building your online business.
Okay, Shopify, that's a popular one.
But even more than that, she emphasizes content marketing.
content marketing.
Yeah, creating valuable content to establish authority and build trust.
So like blog posts, videos, social media, stuff like that.
Exactly. It's about showcasing your expertise and providing value at front.
Makes you a go-to resource in your niche.
Right. And then she talks about the importance of owning your audience.
Owning your audience. What does she mean by that?
So she stresses building an email list
Oh, okay.
because then you have direct access to your followers.
You're not relying on social media algorithms or anything like that.
Exactly. It's your own platform.
I see. That's smart.
And she recommends offering a free incentive product in exchange for email signups.
Oh, that's a good strategy.
Yeah, something that provides immediate value and entices people to join your list.
Like a checklist, a mini course, something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's about giving before you ask.
Right. And once you've got that initial engagement, she recommends introducing a low-priced product,
Okay.
something under $50.
So like a smaller commitment.
Yeah, it gives people a taste of your work before they invest in anything bigger.
That makes sense. Sort of like a trial run.
This is all so insightful.
I know, right? She's got some really good points.
What stands out to you the most so far?
I think it's really interesting how she talks about the potential loneliness of a one-person business.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
You know, it can be really isolating working by yourself all the time.
It can be.
And it's something that she's really aware of, and she's actually working on creating a community to address this.
A community.
Yeah, she wants to build a supportive space where people can connect, collaborate, and combat that feeling of isolation.
So it's like she's taking her own business principles and applying them to community building.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Yeah.
identifying a problem and creating a solution that provides value.
And meets a real need.
It's really inspiring to see her focus on building a business with purpose.
It is.
She's not just in it for the money.
It's about more than that.
She wants to make a positive impact.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground so far.
Yeah, we have.
What should we dive into next?
Well, next, let's talk more about this community she's creating.
Okay, sounds good to me.
We'll explore her vision for it and how she plans to make it affordable and accessible to everyone.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. I think it's going to be really interesting.
Okay, let's do it.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like she's creating this whole ecosystem, right?
Right. And she's really intentional about making sure that it's affordable
Okay.
and accessible to everyone. She doesn't want cost to be a barrier.
Yeah, I mean, community should be about bringing people together.
Exactly. And it's not about exclusivity. It's about creating a space where people can support each other
And learn together.
and avoid that feeling of isolation.
That makes sense, especially when you're first starting out. It can be really helpful to have that kind of support system.
It can be. And it's something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs crave.
Yeah, you know, that sense of belonging.
Right. Because we're all in this together in a way.
We are. It's a journey, and it's better when you have people to share it with.
So let's go back to some of the key takeaways from what Rory's been talking about.
Okay, sounds good.
It all starts with identifying a problem to solve.
Right, like what are the challenges that people are facing?
Exactly. And how can you offer a solution that actually provides value?
And she talks about those core human desires, right?
She does health, wealth, and relationships.
So it's about finding ways to address those needs.
Yeah, and once you've identified a problem that's worth solving, then it's about building a framework based on your own experience.
Right, documenting your journey.
The steps you took, the challenges, the things that you learned along the way.
And turning that into a system that you can use to help others.
It's like guiding your past self through the process.
Which is actually a really clever way to think about it.
It is. And then there's the importance of differentiation, having a USP.
A unique selling proposition.
What makes your offer stand out?
Right, because there's so much competition out there, you need to be able to differentiate yourself.
Exactly. And Rory talks about how her Notion template is ADHD friendly.
Oh, yeah, that's a great example.
It assumes procrastination is part of the process.
So it's designed with that in mind.
It is. And she also stresses the importance of not competing on price.
Value over price.
She says, price is what you pay, value is what you get.
Another Warren Buffett quote.
I know she loves Warren Buffett.
He does have a lot of wisdom to share.
He does. And then she talks about content marketing, showcasing your expertise and building trust.
Providing value up front.
Exactly. And she's a big believer in owning your audience,
Communes.
building an email list.
So you're not at the mercy of algorithms.
Right. And you can communicate directly with your followers.
Smart.
And she recommends offering a free incentive product to get people to sign up for your email list.
Give before you ask.
Exactly. And then she recommends introducing a low-priced product, something under $50.
So people can get a taste of your work.
before they invest in something bigger.
Yeah, that's a good strategy.
So we've talked about a lot of Rory's key insights.
We have, and I'm really enjoying this conversation.
Me too. What's resonating with you the most?
Honestly, it's that emphasis on purpose and community.
I feel that
Like, she's not just building a business, she's building something bigger.
she is, and it's inspiring.
It is. It gives you something to strive for.
And, she actually leaves us with a bit of a cliffhanger.
Oh, really? What's that?
She mentions this community project that she's working on.
Okay, but she doesn't give us too many details.
Not really. She talks about wanting to create a space where people can support each other and learn together.
And avoid that feeling of isolation.
Right. But she doesn't reveal too much about what it will actually look like.
Mm-hmm. Intriguing.
It is. It makes you wonder.
It does. Like, what kind of value will this community offer?
Right. And how will it contribute to the larger entrepreneurial ecosystem?
She does encourage people to fill out a form if they want to be notified when it launches.
So it's definitely something that she's serious about.
She is. She's putting a lot of thought and effort into it.
So here's a final thought for you to ponder as we wrap up this part of our deep dive.
Okay, I'm listening.
Could joining a supportive community enhance your own entrepreneurial journey?
That's a good question.
It is. Would having a network of like-minded individuals be something that would add value to your experience?
It's definitely something to think about.
It is. And we'll continue this conversation in our next episode.
Sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
It really is, and it makes you think about all those people out there who are trying to do this alone.
It does. And that's why I think what Ruri is doing is so important.
Yeah, it's about bringing people together and creating a space where they can feel supported
And inspired.
and connected.
Right? Because it's easy to lose sight of that when you're caught up in the day-to-day grind.
It is, and that's why community is so crucial.
And, she also talks about the importance of focusing on value over price.
Oh, yeah, she loves that Warren Buffett quote.
She does. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get.
So true.
And she breaks down value into those 4 key elements.
The dream outcome,
The likelihood of achieving it,
the time delay,
and the effort required.
it's like a formula for understanding value.
It is, and it makes you think about how you can apply those principles to your own offers.
Right. How can you make sure that you're providing real value to your customers?
And that you're not just competing on price.
Value over price, always.
And it's about crafting an offer that really speaks to those 4 elements.
In a way that resonates with your target audience.
Exactly. It's not just about features and benefits. It's about the transformation that you're offering.
The outcome that you're helping people achieve.
And it seems like that philosophy extends beyond her business.
Right into this community that she's building.
It's about fostering collaboration and abundance.
Not competition.
We're all in this together.
And we can achieve more collectively than we ever could alone.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Rory's insights, let's go back to that question she leaves us with.
Could joining a supportive community enhance your entrepreneurial journey?
It's something to really think about.
It is, especially if you're someone who thrives on connection.
And collaborate.
Because surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals can make all the difference.
It can provide that support and inspiration that you need to keep going.
So as you continue on your own entrepreneurial journey,
Remember that you don't have to do it alone.
seek out those communities, connect with people who get it.
And tap into the power of collective growth.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep exploring.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.